who shares our negative opinions about the team than experience a pleasant event, watching our team win, and they're the people who bring you down with their negativity, criticism, or anger. They refuse to cooperate. They're irritating, frustrating, and often infuriating. And if you respond to someone else's difficult behavior with anger and blame, withdrawal, or compliance, you may end up. This is easier said than done, but not impossible. See Chapter 8. While you can always walk away from a rude shop assistant or hang up on an irritating sales call, it's not so easy to cut yourself off from a parent, sibling, partner, colleague, or friend. A more practical approach to dealing with them is to start by understanding how and why other people can be so difficult. Chapter 1 will help you do just that. You'll see that difficult behavior occurs on a continuum. At one end of the scale, difficult behavior can be overt, hostile, and aggressive. At the other end, it can be passive, uninvolved, and inactive. In the middle of this continuum is behavior in others that can be the most difficult to deal with, passive-aggressive. It is covert, dishonest, and manipulative. In Chapter 1, we'll explore these patterns of behavior in more detail. However, knowing and understanding what's wrong with someone's behavior doesn't change it. The thing is, you can't directly change other people's behavior. The only thing you can change is how you respond and deal with it. In Chapter 2, we will look at the different ways you may currently deal with difficult people and help you to understand why you react to them in the way you do. We consider the expectations and beliefs you may have about the ways other people should behave towards you. Perhaps you blame other people for making you respond or behave in particular ways. You'll learn that other people can't make you do anything. They're not responsible for how you feel or respond. You are. So taking responsibility for your reactions to difficult people will help you better manage them. Why? Because if you can take responsibility for your responses, then, like anything else that belongs to you, those responses are yours to manage, to influence, and direct. Having thought about how and why you and other people behave and respond to each other as you do, the next step is to learn skills, strategies, and techniques to manage difficult people, to know what to say and what not to say. A good way to know what to say and what not to say to a difficult person is to start by listening to them. Really listening. In Chapter 3, you'll learn what reflective listening skills are and how to use them to your advantage. As well as learning how to listen to other people, you'll learn to read other people. You'll learn how to actually see what other people's motives and intentions are. By this point in the book, you'll certainly be ready to get on with dealing with difficult people. In the past, you may have thought that there was only one or two ways to do this: either grit your teeth and hope that they'll stop being so difficult, that things will improve, or get the difficult person to see just how difficult they're being. Both of these approaches are unlikely to fix the problem. In the case of gritting your teeth and hoping things will improve, they won't. In the case of getting them to see just how difficult they're being, that's unlikely too. You need to deal with the difficult behavior, not the person. Chapter 4 will really help you here. It explains how to deal with other people calmly, directly, and honestly using assertiveness skills and techniques. You'll learn that there are several aspects to being assertive. Being assertive means being honest, clear, and specific about what you feel, want, and don't want. You have to acknowledge and often clarify the other person's point of view. You'll need to negotiate, compromise, and, when necessary, stand your ground. You need to be able to identify solutions and consequences for when the other person refuses to cooperate. You'll need to avoid losing it, accusing and blaming or insulting the other person when they're being difficult. Finally, you need to know how to come across with certainty and confidence. Sound like there's a lot to learn? There is. But you don't have to learn it all at once. You don't have to put it all into practice at once either, in an encounter with a difficult person. The good news is that you only need to remember to focus on one or two assertiveness techniques at any one time to make progress. In Part 2 of this book, you can see how, in a range of situations with a range of difficult individuals, people have only needed to use a couple of assertive strategies and techniques each time to deal with a difficult person. However, some people aren't just difficult, they're impossible. They drain you and can even destroy you. In order to preserve your physical and mental health, your stability and spirit, there is really only one thing for you to do: withdraw completely. Chapter 8 will explain how you can do this in the third have been thwarted and they are trying to claw back some control.